get them. Right now, 2 years since Sacramento's deadliest shooting, and today, as the victims are remembered, 3 suspects are back in court for another day of testimony in their preliminary hearing. K Street was packed with people enjoying a night out at the clubs when gunfire erupted on April 3rd, 2022. And 6 people were killed on that early morning, and police say 3 of them were men involved in the shooting. The other 3 were innocent women: 21-year-old Gentaya Alexander, 21-year-old Yamil Martinez Andrade, and 57-year-old Melinda Davis, who lived on the streets of downtown.
She was just here to have a good time with her sister, and unfortunately, that good time turned to tragedy, and I miss my daughter dearly. It's not a second go by that I don't think about my daughter.
And now, 2 years later, the case against 3 accused gunmen continues to unfold. And today, inside the courtroom, they were back listening to witness testimony. And the focus today was on Sergio Harris, one of the people who was killed, and what role he played leading up to that shooting. KCRA 3's Orko Mana has been inside the courtroom all day. Orko, things got a little heated today.
Yeah, Ty, there was a lot of back and forth inside the courtroom today between the defense attorneys and Ike Harris. He's Sergio Harris's cousin, who was with Sergio the night and the early morning hours of this shooting. And today was Ike's second day testifying. Now, here's some video from inside the courtroom. The 3 accused gunmen in this case, brothers Smiley and DeAndre Martin, as well as Mtula Payton, sat in court as Ike Harris spoke. We're not allowed to show him, but a lot of the focus today was on if Sergio had a gun that night and what happened to that gun. Across the board, the defense attorneys grilled Ike about his police interview with detectives the summer after the shooting. They claim he lied to detectives, saying Sergio did not have a gun because he wanted to paint Sergio, who he was extremely close with, in a good light. The defense tries to get Ike to admit to lying to police when he said someone named 5 Star got rid of the gun. Take a listen to this heated exchange between Ike and DeAndre Martin's attorney.
When the cops are talking to you about where's the gun, you make up a story and tell them that 5 Star took the gun, correct?
Oh yeah, correct.
So that's not some secondhand, that's just a story you made up, correct?
No, but no.
Well, where'd that story come from if you didn't make it?
Secondhand.
Secondhand from what? You're the one who's there, you never saw 5 Star, why would you say he was there?
Secondhand.
So,
Internet.
Please explain, that makes no sense.
I remember holding my cousin that night. I don't remember specifics of that night. I do not recall.
Yeah, and that was just one of many heated exchanges inside the courtroom between DeAndre Martin's attorney and Ike Harris. It's important to note, as you guys mentioned, Sergio Harris is not considered a victim in this case because the investigators say that he was involved in that gun battle that happened 2 years ago today. Reporting live in Sacramento, Orko Mana, KCRA 3 News.
And Orko, what other evidence came up in court today?
Yeah, well, just a couple hours ago at the very end of today's court proceeding, we saw some surveillance video footage from the intersection of 10th and K Streets showing the moments leading up to that shooting, and also the focus on the mood of the atmosphere of the area, as well as the mood of Sergio Harris. You're going to see some of that video coming up tonight at 5.